welcome to another edition of Monday Arts Live. Here from the Purple Bubble on quite a grey and drizzly day here at Heathlands. I'm just going to make sure that we have actually gone live. So yes, we have. It does this thing where it counts down and you think you're live and then it kind of reboots the page and it goes blank for a second and then Facebook comes back again. So yes, we are here in Purple Bubble today and we are doing Arts Live as usual. 1:30 on a Monday afternoon, that means it is time for Arts Live. So again, Facebook has moved everything around. So my comments, I can't actually see them there. So if you're watching, please do say hello. And I will do my best to keep track of the comments for you. So yes, we're in art. Well, we're in Purple Bubble and it is Art Live today. And what I thought we'd do is another cut paper scene, cut paper picture project today. So a few weeks ago we were doing all about line and drawing and things. And as part of that we did this kind of sheet of shapes. And it hasn't got every single shape on the planet on here, but it's a good start and a good basis to think about how we can put shapes together to create scenes. So we talked about squares and oblongs or rectangles, of triangles and circles, and then all the other things in between. And a couple of weeks ago we made this cut paper scene of a township, a little village. And we used trapezoids, we used squares and rectangles, we used triangles, and then just as an added extra we added in this kind of doorway shape and a little circle to make our clock tower. So that was our cut paper scene making a village. So today I thought we'd do something a little different. We're not going to do a village, we're not going to do a kind of landscape scene exactly. What I thought we'd do today is we'd do a scene all about space. So the shapes that we can think about for space are definitely, to start off with, stars. Now, stars are really, really easy to make. You can do it in one of three ways. If you've got some paper cutters like I have here, right, you can cut out, well, I've got these kind of almost starburst shapes here. You can use a paper cutter to simply put your paper in, stamp down, and you'll be able to get that out the bottom, and that is a stamped cut paper shape. Now if you've got things like this at home, that's great, but not everybody does. I mean, if you're interested in these things, you can get them online on places like Amazon or eBay, or you could go to your local hobby crafts store or Fun to Do in town. I'm not sure if Fun to Do will have these die cutters, but yes, you can get these stampers basically, the cut stampers, and they're wonderful. So that's a very quick and easy way to make a star. You can cut them out using a special stamp. Just see if anybody's there. No, it's okay. Now the other way, the really simple way to make a star is to use two triangles. So you need to use roughly equilateral triangles. That means that each side is the same length. So if I draw two triangles on here for you to see. And if you're doing equilaterals, you can tessellate them all the way along. So I've just drawn some triangle shapes there on my white paper, okay? And I'm just going to cut those triangles out. And it's quite simple. All we're going to do is cut all of our triangles out, like so, and then we'll turn them upside down so that they're not on the drawn side, okay? So we've got these lovely triangles, and all we're going to do is we're going to turn one upside down and place it over the top of the other one. So if I get a bit of glue and I glue one in the middle, and then I stick it over the top, and I'll bring that up to show you. That's a really, really simple way of making a star. So all I've done is I've got one triangle, okay, two triangles in fact, and I've got one pointing upwards and one pointing downwards, and I just put them over the top of each other. And that creates a really simple star. So I think I'm going to make one more of them. I quite like these stars. So I'll just cut that out. How many have I got? There. So I'm just dabbing the glue in the middle and then putting one triangle over the top of the other. There's a couple of people watching. I'm going to say hello, guys. So if you're watching, please do make a comment, say hello. And all we're doing is we're cutting out triangles, equilateral triangles, which means that the three sides are of equal length. And then we're sticking them on top of each other to make these lovely stars. So we've talked about how to use two triangles of paper or card. We've talked about our lovely die cutters that we can use to make our stars. I'm just going to throw some of these stars in different ways all over the page. I really like having different colours of stars. So in reality, there are different colours of stars, guys. Now I've gone with these lovely blues and whites and yellows, and you do get what's called blue dwarfs or white dwarfs. You get supernovas. You get, like our sun, the class of stars. I'm just going to look it up to make sure that I've got it right, because you've got white dwarfs, blue dwarfs, you get red giants, you get solar type stars, which are kind of like ours. So the sun, it's kind of in the middle, it's a yellowed coloured star. Yeah. You get hot blue stars as well. So yeah, usually the colours of stars are white, blue, yellow and red. I haven't gone for red for any of my stars, purely because we're going to use reds and oranges for a different aspect of our picture that we're making. So the final way to make a star, to draw a star, and I'm going to do this quite large to show you guys, is to draw a 5-pointed star. And that's in a one continuous line drawing. So if we start at the top and we're going to come down, sloping towards the left-hand side, and then we're going to go back up to about here, so on a different angle. And then we're going to take the line straight across, and then we're going to come back down the other way, and then bring it up to join it in the middle. Now hold this up to show you guys again. That's how we create a 5-pointed star. Now obviously that star I've drawn is far too big for our picture, so we're just going to move that to one side. But you can draw little stars using that 5-pointed continuous line method, and it makes for really lovely stars. So I'm just moving my stars around.
Ready?
Can I actually do that? And I want to leave some spaces. I'm not going to stick everything down yet, guys, because to make my space scene, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut out a big circle. Now, I want to do this on some orange cards. Which orange do I want to use? I got some different colours out this morning, because I have got another picture to show you, and I wanted really quite a bright orange, and I thought I'd got a brighter one out actually. Which one am I going to use? Do you know what? I'm going to use this one. So, you could use a compass, or you could use a small plate or a jar or something like that. I'm just going to go and look on the shelves, guys, for an appropriate kind of sized circular thing to make my planet. Is that going to be big enough? Yeah. You know what? Because we want to use kind of household objects so you guys can do this at home, I think I'm just going to check. Yeah, I'm going to use a cup. So all we're going to do is place, I've actually drawn on the other side of this paper, so I'm going to draw on this side as well. I'm going to use a pen so it's nice and bold, and I'm just going to draw around my cup. So we've got a nice circle. Now, what's just happened with the camera? Shoot. Battery died. Please be charged, please be charged, please be charged. Phew. Sorry guys, huge apologies for the interruption there. The battery in the camera died. I have a spare, so that's fine. So hopefully we're still live. Yes, I think we are. Phew. So, anyway, what I was saying was, to make our planet, what we're doing is we've used a cup and we've placed it on our card for whatever colour we want to use. And we've drawn around it, and then we're going to cut our circle out. And these cut paper scenes, guys, everything that we do, we're making with paper, okay? So there's no colouring, there's no felt tips, there's no shading. Everything that we do to create our picture, we use cut card or paper. And it's rather like, well, there's a technique called decoupage where you cover things with paper, and then you get another thing called Mosaic, where you create pictures with cut tiles, and they all kind of fit together. I'm just going to add a couple more bits and bobs around.
You want it on again?
Okay, I'm quite happy with this so far. So what I want to do is I want to add a bit more interest to my planet. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to put some wavy, wiggly lines over my planet.
You have singing hands at home. Oh, good.
So,
Bring me sunshine.
if you cut your lines too big, don't worry about it, because what we're going to do is we're going to stick those down first, and then we're going to trim the edges. So, just seen somebody's logged in. Abby's saying hello. Hi Abby, it's lovely to have you with us. So Abby, today we are doing cut paper scenes again. So last time that we did cut paper scenes, we did this lovely village using cut shapes. This time, my love, we are doing a space scene, and we've gone through different ways that you can make stars. So if you're watching live, honey, you can watch back at the end of the film, at the end of the video, and you can see how I've created my different star shapes. The simplest way to make a star is to cut out two triangles and stick one on top of the other, and you get this lovely six-pointed star. At the moment, what we're doing now is we're making our planet. So I've cut out a circle, a disc of orange card, and now I'm doing some lovely red wiggly lines to create the texture or the idea of a planet. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to make the lines just big enough to fit on. I'm going kind of for the idea of Jupiter here. The big red storm's on Jupiter, isn't it? Not Saturn. The big red dot, it is Jupiter. You know when you question yourself and you know you're right. So I'm going to kind of going for a Jupiter feel here. So I'm going to cut out the big red dot as well to go in the middle of my wiggly lines. Kind of looks a bit like an eye. I'm going to cut out some smaller wiggly lines.
That's just all different ones. Do you want some more signing ones?
Some thinner ones.
Oh, it's gone. Have that one. Go back. Too many clicks.
Too many clicks. Can't have too many clicks.
Oh,
Actually, what I might do is get a different colour of red just to add an extra level of depth and colour. So I'm just cutting out some slim wiggly lines to give our planet some texture. And then what we're going to do, once we've cut out our lines and dots and things to create the texture on our planet, we're going to stick it all down. So I think I'm just going to move my picture up a little bit. Bring this down. I'm going to start at the top and work down and just add a bit of glue. Now, if you don't want to get sticky fingers, what you can do is use some old newspaper to do your sticking on. Are we doing auto clicking over there? In the room today with us is the lovely Leanne, who's on her second Monday. Lara, not Leanne, for goodness sake, Helen. The lovely Lara. And we've got the brilliant Brian over there doing his portrait work. Spiff and Paula are in the room with us. And next door, we've got a very special guest. Miss Helen Walsh is in the building. And she's doing some work for us. So I'm sticking down my bits of card to get the texture on my planet. And as I say, if your bits of card are too big, it doesn't matter, because we're just going to go on the back and then use our scissors to trim the excess off. Okay. And then the final thing we're going to do today to complete our cut paper scene is we're going to add either, and I can't make up my mind, we're going to add either a rocket or kind of like what's Challenger and Voyager? They're not satellites, they're exploring things.
I've got sitting on rovers got in my head. It's not even a rover.
Yeah, the rover's what the thing he dropped.
And they're not spaceships.
They're not spaceships.
Expeditions? No.
What's the technical? I'm going to Google it, guys, because I'm really failing on my space knowledge right now.
Challenger and Voyager, what are they?
Challenger was a shuttle.
No, Challenger's a shuttle, not
Right.
Challenger, Voyager.
1 and 2 launched in 72, 73. They did
Yes,
sort of
but what's the technical name for them?
What do you mean?
They're not shuttles, they're not satellites.
No.
What are they?
Probes.
They're just probes.
Probes, aye.
Just probes, there you go.
Probes. Think probe.
Think probe. I can't decide
Aye.
whether to do a space rocket
Aye.
or to do something like Voyager.
Well, Voyager's easy, isn't it? All it is a box.
Yeah,
And then.
with the little bits.
No, we're not then. Alright, then you just do a thing like that and then a spike up the front. Innit?
Yeah.
I'll draw you one.
You're getting an actual draw.
Right, here's a Voyager for you, or roughly.
Aye, it's just
Forward. I'm on my way. Right, look,
they are actually called spacecraft.
Well, what is it? And then you've got this bit here, and then you've got a few boom too. You know what I mean? Well, if you want, that's your basic, yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll do a probe.
Probing is the way forward.
Where's my scissors gone? Right, so I've got extra bits that are hanging out the sides of my planet, which is no good. Hopefully you can see that there. I've got some extra bits. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to turn to the back of my work and I'm just going to trim those bits off with the shape of the planet.
Yeah, the width is fine. You've just given me arms that were like twiglets.
You want more girth?
I want more girth on the arm. Yeah, perfect. It was thinner than my nose.
There we go. So if I turn that back round, there we have our lovely planet to add. So if we're going to make a probe, a spacecraft, so like Voyager, which is a spacecraft that's gone out into our solar system and beyond to photograph things like our other planets and meteorites and things, I think it's just, is it Voyager that's taken those amazing photographs of Saturn?
No, Cassini.
That's Cassini, isn't it? Yes.
Voyager took the pale blue dot photo when he was
It did.
spinning back
Yes.
in the late 70s, sort of late 80s. After they just whipped past
What did
Neptune.
Voyager 2 do then?
Both did the same track. Only one went, I mean, they lasted a couple of years with each other, but you couldn't do just in a position, so one had to swing around Jupiter
Yeah.
and nick off. The other one had the full whack. It was an alignment. The reason why they were done that sharpish and put together, because they worked out the only time they could do that with orbit assist to get to all the major planets happens every 147 years. Obviously, we couldn't do it last time,
No.
and it'd be a bit long away for the next
It
one.
will be a long way.
Pioneer was the sort of test track for that. And then
Do you know what I want? And I don't know if we've got any lying around.
What's that?
Shiny card.
Hello,
I need
she's on.
gold.
She's aware.
I'm going to make me satellite disc.
We used a lot, but
Just need a little bit.
you were.
There was some silver on there, I know, but we had some gold as well. Oh, that'll do.
Oh, we bloody
That-
pens for me.
left hand.
Look at that.
Look at that.
In fact, some of them were wrapped in that for protection against radiation.
Yeah.
It's only a few microns thick, but it's alright.
So there we go. That's perfect. Thank you, Paula. No, I'm just going to stick with the gold, I think. No, do you know what? Give us it. Give us it.
Otherwise it looks too Christmassy.
We've got some shiny mirror card here too. So we're going to do the, we're going to use a triangle at the front. For our satellite dish. And then we're going to put a gold square or oblong behind it.
I was saying, when Fraser watching the news, and they had on that.
You are?
In Fraser watching the news, there was the big thing about that Lucy probe thing that they've sent out.
Oh, to the Trojans, aye.
And it's about 6 years, and they're like, well, there you go, Fraser. I said, "You can carry on."
Hello, Mike.
Are you still filming?
We're still filming, and then yeah, I've got about 5 minutes left. Doing cut paper scenes again.
It's telemetry.
Yeah.
Telemetry, so we're doing. Oh, hello.
Just going to have a quick look at this image again. There we go. So,
What's better? What's this for? You going further down? Yeah. So, do you want me to put some masking tape on to hold it together?
And then I'm going to put some great big spikes out of it, which are like antennae. So I'm going to just cut some really thin, straight lines. And I need 3. Maybe 4. And that gives us the idea of our probe, of our shuttlecraft, no, our spacecraft rather. So one goes quite forward and the others go quite back. So what we're going to do now, guys, is very, very quickly, we're going to start gluing and sticking everything down that we've cut. And this is the quick and easy bit. We've done all that work to create our scene, all that cutting. And now all we're doing is just dabbing and gluing. I think I'm going to put another one of them over there. So I'm doing all my stars first, then I'll do my planet, and then last but not least, I will do, come on, stick, our cut paper spacecraft or exploring probe that's going to take photographs and readings from the planet. Ooh, I've missed a star there. Where am I going to put him? So I'm going to start with these long sticks. We're just going to finish off sticking everything down. Make sure that nobody else has commented. Hello, if you're watching live, please do comment. It's always nice to be able to say hello to people. Kind of looks like an old-fashioned camera on a tripod the way I've made this, but you kind of get the idea. Final piece on, and that is our completed cut paper scene, all made from simple shapes or using our die cut cutters. And I'll hold this up to show you. So there is our space scene made from cut paper and card. Now, obviously, I showed you what we did a couple of weeks ago with our very simple shapes, with our village scene, and today we've made our cut paper scene of space. I have also started another picture with cut paper shapes, and this is doing a garden basically. So I've been using cut thin wiggly lines, little kind of half moon bell shapes and teardrops, and what I've created is this start of this garden picture. So we've got some kind of lovely daisy kind of flowers, and then the kind of lupin or foxglove idea. And again, there is no drawing in this. This is all cut paper that's been stuck down. So if you guys have any ideas for cut paper scenes, without Mike trying to distract me behind the camera, I would love for you to leave anything in the comments. Next week, it is the run-up to Halloween. So we will be doing everlasting pumpkins.
Everlasting.
You're looking
Everlasting-
quite pumpkin like that.
A little bit. Everlasting pumpkins. So we're going to be working off the basis of Helen Walsh's stained glass tissue paper jars, and we're going to do that to make Halloween decorations for your home. So we'll do pumpkins and we'll probably do ghosts as well. And then the week after that, it's the run up to bonfire night. So we will be doing firework printing. So, thank you all for joining us. Yes, Abby, Halloween is on the 31st, so it's a Sunday this year. So we will be doing our Halloween craft the Monday before the 31st. Thank you all for joining us, and we will be back next week, as I say, at the same time, the same place, at 1:30 for Arts Live next week. Thanks, guys.